Okay, match 3 of the day, and this is against Foad, who's the organiser of Eucalyptus Bowl, the NAF online version, and possibly the original version as well. I'm not sure. But yeah, he's using a fantastic Norse team, which is the sort of team I might have been tempted to take if I'd read the rules properly, because it is totally frenzy spam, which is absolutely fantastic. So he's got a load of linemen basically with frenzy, and then 2 mighty blow Ulfs. And then some leader and dirty player as well. So, yeah, absolutely superb. But he's had a very long day. He's in Australia. It's early in the morning for him, and he's already adminned one game and is now playing in the second. So any mistakes should not be taken of general level of ability, but tiredness and possibly inebriation as well. So he left the ball basically. So I was able to get it and then put it fairly safe. I'm just going to turn the thing off because it's a little bit hard to see. It's fun to play with and it's absolutely brilliantly designed, but a little bit tricky to see. So that's a bit better possibly. So I was able to get the ball reasonably safe so that you can get to it. So he put a bit of pressure on it, but he's left this vampire up here, who I popped into the end and then chucked the ball to and scored. So that was quite cool. 2 turns. Defensive score is always nice. Touchback because I kicked to the wrong square, and then he gave it to the Ulfwerner, and then sort of moved forward. But you have to be pretty fancy to stop the vampires getting to the ball. So that was the plan. Block comes in, 1 dice both down, and was able to pop the ball loose. And then he happily sculled and reroll sculled on my vampire, having Dauntless failed already with the runner, and then that was rather unfortunate. So then I was able to scoop in and get the ball and run away with it. Only mistake I made here was I ran to there with my 6, and then realised that I was standing next to the sideline, which is not very sensible with all this frenzy around. So I thought I'll just go for it for the 1 extra square to go 1 away, and obviously rolled the 1 there, having used the reroll earlier. But plenty of players around the ball, so I wasn't hugely worried, and he was able to not pick it up, so that's quite cool. No problems here. Well, a little bit of bloodlust down there, but had plenty of players to dodge out and get the ball. And then he wasn't able to put any pressure on the ball, and so I just ran in for the score. 2-0 up, which is quite fun. And then quite a deep kick, which he retrieved. I put the players in so that I could score, so within 8 squares if his attempt went wrong. Then he ran forward and then did an amazing throw and then scored. So 2-1 for the half, which is lots of fun. And me receiving. So, not quite 2-1 for the half, but I'm not going to do a 1-turn score, basically. I set up with the players back in case a riot happened, but it didn't, so it was fine. And then in the second half, it went very sunny. And I had to be a little bit careful just because vampires can implode. I still had 11 players, actually I had 12 players, but if my players started leaving the pitch, then it could go easily wrong. It's quite a deep kick, so you need to be careful not to mess it up. Basically, if you're in a commanding position like this. So yeah, just nothing very much going on in this one. And then this next turn was a little bit worrying in that he duffed me up a little bit here, I think, and just sort of surrounded my players a bit, so it wasn't super obvious or easy to know what to do. So I had to try and get it a little bit safer if possible. I wasn't in any hurry, and then I rolled a snake eyes for the dodge, which could have made things a bit awkward, but it was okay. And then losing a few players, 3 out now. So only 9 on the pitch. But this next turn, this turn was all right, I think. So he couldn't knock that player over there, and then it was fairly secure really. So he went in for the foul, and basically at this stage I thought, right, okay, well I've got these 2 players here, I'm going to get the ball to them. It is very sunny, so the pass is not great, but it's still only a 3+ if it's a quick pass. So I just did a few things and then just tried to get the ball up. So it's 3+ in the sun, but I rolled snake eyes, which is a bit rubbish. He then hit this player, and the ball bounced to my vampire, which is great. So I was quite pleased with that. And he'd already used his blitz, obviously, so wasn't able to get the ball back. And so let's go for another pass in the sun, why not? So just ran the player forward and then chucked him. Inaccurate pass this time, but the ball's plenty far down there and lots of vampires lurking. Bit of a lack of thralls, but I've got the reroll for the bloodlust if that's a problem. Failed the pass, and then was able to swoop in and pick up the ball and score it. And then nothing very much for the rest of the game. So yeah, good fun. Finished on 2 wins and a loss with my vampires, which is not too bad. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.